The night continued to settle in as if it was becoming more comfortable with itself. Nothing rushed, nothing changed suddenly. The forest remained quiet, wrapped in stillness. The trees stood exactly where they had always been. They did not sway, they did not stretch. They simply stood, rooted and calm. The sky above them felt wide and endless. Stars rested in their places, unchanging, steady. A sense of calm spread slowly, like warm air filling an empty room. The river kept moving through the forest, following the same gentle path it had followed for years. The water did not sparkle, it did not crash, it did not rush. It flowed quietly, as if it knew there was nowhere else it needed to be. Flow, flow. The sound wrapped around the trees, around the ground, around the quiet animals resting nearby. Each sound softened the space a little more. The bear remained asleep near the tree. Its body rose slowly with each breath, then fell. In, out, nothing disturbed it. Nothing called for attention. The turtle remained still, resting comfortably against the earth. The cool ground supported it completely. There was no tension, no need to move. The raccoon slept nearby, its breathing shallow and calm. Dreams passed through its mind quietly, without shape or story. The forest allowed every creature to rest in its own way. The breeze returned once again, even softer than before. It moved gently between branches, barely touching the leaves. The leaves shifted slightly, then returned to stillness. The breeze seemed to pause, as if listening, then quietly disappeared again. Nothing followed it. Silence returned easily. Time felt different now. It did not stretch forward. It did not pull backward. It simply existed. Moments blended into one another without edges. The night felt long but not heavy, comfortable, supportive. The stars above seemed distant, yet familiar. They did not blink. They did not move. They simply remained, patient and steady. Their light was soft, not sharp. It did not demand attention. It gently rested on the forest below. Dreams continued to deepen, not vivid dreams, not busy dreams, just quiet sensations, a feeling of floating, a sense of warmth, dreams without beginning or end. The river continued its calm rhythm, flow, flow. The sound became part of the background, part of the silence. Breathing slowed naturally, in slowly, out even slower. With each breath, the body relaxed further, muscles softened, thoughts loosened. There was no effort required. The forest felt whole, nothing missing, nothing extra. Every tree, every stone, every quiet breath, all exactly where they needed to be. The breeze did not return this time. It was no longer needed. The air felt still and smooth like a calm surface of water. Nothing rippled it. The night deepened again, not darker, just quieter. Sounds felt farther away, even the river. Flow, flow, still present, but softer. The bear shifted slightly in its sleep, then settled again. The turtle remained still. The raccoon breathed steadily. No movement carried meaning. No sound required response. Thoughts continued to drift away, not pushed away, not forced away. They simply faded one by one, like lights slowly dimming. The stars continued to watch silently. They did not judge. They did not guide. They simply existed. The forest breathed together, in, out, slow, steady. The rhythm felt natural. The night carried everything gently, without effort, deeper into rest, deeper into stillness. Nothing needed to be remembered. Nothing needed to be decided. Everything was already complete. Everything felt calm. Everything felt okay. The calm from before did not disappear. It stayed. It settled even deeper. The night felt thicker now, not heavy, just full. The forest did not change its shape. It did not rearrange itself. It simply continued being exactly as it was. Trees stood quietly, their branches relaxed, their leaves completely still. They were no longer listening. They were resting. The river continued its slow movement, not louder, not softer, just steady. Flow, flow. The sound blended into the night until it was difficult to tell where the sound ended and the silence began. The water moved smoothly, without effort. The bear slept deeply now, its breathing barely noticeable but steady, in, out, each breath slow and even. The turtle felt the ground beneath it, solid and supportive. There was nothing it needed to adjust. The raccoon remained still, its body completely relaxed, its mind quiet. Every creature rested in its own rhythm, yet all were connected by the same calm night. The air felt perfectly balanced, not warm, not cool, just comfortable. It wrapped gently around everything like a soft layer of quiet. There was no breeze now, no movement at all. The forest did not miss it. Time had almost disappeared. There were no clear moments anymore, no before, no after, just now. And now felt peaceful. The stars above seemed farther away, yet somehow closer. Their light felt softer than before, as if it had traveled a very long distance and arrived gently. They did not shine brightly. They rested. Dreams shifted again, becoming even simpler. Not images, not scenes, just feelings. A gentle sense of floating, a quiet sense of ease. Dreams that did not pull attention, only allowed it to drift. Breathing continued naturally, in, slow, out, slow. Each breath deeper than the last, without effort. The body followed the rhythm without thinking. The river remained constant. Flow, flow. Its sound now felt like part of breathing itself. In, out. The forest felt complete. Nothing added, nothing removed. Every sound had softened. Every space had settled. The night deepened once more, not darker, not quieter, just deeper, as if the forest itself had gently closed its eyes. The bear did not move. The turtle did not move. The raccoon did not move. Stillness felt natural. Thoughts no longer formed fully. They appeared briefly, then dissolved, like mist fading into the air, no effort needed. The stars remained unchanging, watching quietly, without intention. The forest breathed as one, in, out, slow, steady. The night carried everything even deeper now, deeper into rest, deeper into comfort. There was nothing left to do, nothing left to follow. Everything was already happening exactly as it should. Everything felt calm, everything felt safe. You were drifting gently, naturally. Nothing shifted when part 3 ended. There was no break, no pause that needed noticing. The calm simply continued. The forest stayed exactly as it was, not frozen, just resting. Trees remained tall and quiet, their branches loose, their leaves completely still. They were no longer aware of time, they were simply present. The river continued moving, but its sound felt distant now. Flow, flow. The rhythm was so familiar that it no longer drew attention. It became part of the silence. The air felt smooth and even, not cool, not warm. It rested gently on everything, like a soft layer that required nothing. There was no breeze, there was no motion. The forest felt content without it. Every resting creature remained still. The bear slept deeply, its breathing slow and balanced. In, out. So quiet, it almost blended into the night. The turtle stayed grounded, supported completely by the earth beneath it. The raccoon's body felt loose and heavy, perfectly relaxed. Nothing asked them to move. Time felt completely absent now, not stretched, not paused, gone. There was only this moment, and this moment felt complete. Stars remained above, quiet and unchanged. Their light felt soft and distant, as if it were arriving only because it wanted to. It did not insist. It did not shine. It simply rested. Dreams became even lighter. No images, no direction, just a sense of ease, a feeling of being held without knowing by what. Breathing continued on its own. In, slow, out, slow. The body no longer guided the breath. The breath guided itself. The river's rhythm felt slower now. Flow. Or maybe it hadn't changed at all. It was hard to tell. Nothing needed to be noticed. The forest felt deeper than before, not darker, not quieter, deeper, as if everything had gently sunk into its most comfortable position. Thoughts no longer appeared clearly. They softened before forming, then disappeared. No effort required. The stars continued to exist, but they felt farther away, not gone, just less important. The forest breathed quietly as one, in, out, slow, steady. Nothing waited for morning, nothing anticipated change. The night felt endless in the most comforting way. Everything was calm, everything was safe. There was nowhere else to go, nothing else to do. Rest was complete. Nothing new needed to happen now. Everything had already settled. The night did not move forward. It simply remained. The forest stayed quiet, not waiting, not listening, just resting. The trees stood as they always had, but they no longer felt tall or wide. They felt distant, like shapes remembered in a dream. Their presence was calm, steady, unmoving. The river continued its familiar rhythm. Flow, flow. The sound was barely noticeable now, soft enough to disappear whenever attention drifted away. It was there, and then it wasn't. The air felt perfectly still, not empty, not heavy, just present. It rested gently, asking nothing, expecting nothing. Every resting creature remained asleep. The bear's breathing was slow and even, in, out, so soft it felt like part of the night itself. The turtle rested deeply, supported completely by the earth. The raccoon remained still, comfortable and unaware. Time had no meaning here. There was no before. There was no after. Only this calm moment, stretching gently in all directions. Stars above felt far away now. Their light was faint, muted, barely remembered. They existed without effort, without movement. Dreams became nearly invisible, not gone, just extremely light. A sense of floating remained. Nothing pulled attention back. Breathing continued quietly. In, slow, out, slow. The rhythm required no thought. It happened on its own. The forest felt complete. Nothing missing, nothing extra, everything exactly as it should be. The river's sound softened further. Flow, flow, then softer still. Thoughts no longer formed. If they tried, they dissolved immediately. No effort needed. The night carried everything gently, deeper, quieter, softer. There was nothing left to follow, nothing left to hold. Everything was already happening without attention. Everything was calm. Everything was safe. You were resting deeply, naturally, and the night remained soft, warm, endless.